Welcome back to my garden. It's been a bit, I've had a couple weekends where I've just spent both days just working in the garden, cleaning it up, switching it over for some of our hot weather, and thought it would be good to do a tour so that I can remember next year what does well at this time of year. I pulled out most of our fall crops, and some of the stuff that does well year round is still doing good. So let's just get started. So here I'm going to start. These orchids, I bought them about a year ago. I think they're called gramifolia or something like that. And for the first time, they gave me 2 new shoots on this one right here. So I'm excited to see those bloom. I had some zip ties on those for some time now, and I was able to take those zip ties finally off. Over here I have this Chinese lantern plant. She doesn't have any right now, but it bloomed quite a bit over the fall, and looks like there's a random milkweed that rooted there. This is my lemongrass. I've had it for, I want to say 3 years. I bought it as a 4-inch plant, and it's just enormous. Sometimes I cut it off and make tea and stuff, but mostly it just hides a little AC unit that we have back there. We have 2 irises here up front. They haven't bloomed yet this year, but I think I planted them a year or so ago. And then I have this jasmine plant that was, when I first bought it, it was just sprawling all over the ground. It grew really fast, and I didn't realize that I had to trellis it, so I put in a trellis today. These are some orchids that I've had for quite some time, and they're just showing off on their blooms. We have some helicornia. It's hard to see, but they're actually doing really well. There's a bunch of the claw flower. So this is kind of like my tropical space of the garden. I have down here at the bottom these 2 ibis that were my mom's and dad's, and I had a Cuban oregano plant that I used to have near the greenhouse, and I moved it over here, and she looks like she's doing well. Let me get out of the shadow. It looks like she's doing pretty good there. Some more orchids there. And then just some of these plants are so enormous. These are kind of old. We've had them for several years. My bleeding heart, usually I have the bleeding heart kind of go right over this shed, but she wasn't looking very healthy, so I cut her all the way down, but she has a lot of new buds that just came out, and she's doing really well. And then just, if you look over here, this gives you kind of a nice view of the 4 main beds and the round ones, and this is a good view of the whole garden. And then over on this side, I have a firebush, a Barbados cherry. This tall one up here is a moringa that actually we have one of the little cardinals visiting. They like to take a bath in the afternoon and eat. And then I have this cute little bench that I got on Facebook Marketplace. So here I'm trying to grow some cucumbers. We have some kale that has been doing really well since fall, and the parsley as well. The cucumber is maybe 3 months old, so we'll see. I've only grown cucumber once, so let's see if it does well this time. This other bed, here in the corner, we have some ginger and some thyme, some old basil, and then some bacchino peppers. The dill's already flowering, but I still use some of it. It still tastes good. And then over here, we have 2 kales that are doing really well, an eggplant that's not doing so well. Those spiky things are some chives. And actually today I planted the marigolds in the garden because I thought that would help with the nematodes. So hopefully I can keep them over the hot time of the year. These garlic chives, I've actually had them since, I want to say like 3 years ago. I bought a little 4-inch plant and I just cut right off it, and it does really well. Again, more kale that does really well back here. And then what we have trellising there is actually Puerto Rican black beans. And I was trying to trellis it up and down the trellis, but it just wasn't happy. So it's doing much better now that it's running on our old cable phone line. But that one's doing really well there. And then just moving over slowly so I don't get anyone sick to my next bed, I have here some onions, which I don't know, they're not doing really well, but some marigolds. And then at the back of the bed, I do have some potatoes. I already harvested a few, just giving them a little bit more time to see if they'll get a little bigger, and again, some more ginger in the back. This is a sweet almond bush and smells really good. Has like all these really pretty flowers. Get it, there you go. My little papaya tree that I bought last year is doing well. I do have some issues with birds eating, so it was a race who gets it first. Over here, this bed has actually been planted for quite a couple of years. I have some longevity spinach, some tilo, which is like an herb that you can make tea, and then like right in the middle, I have a cranberry hibiscus. My garden stalks, I've just recently moved these over here. I used to have them back here in front of like the potting bench area, and I just think they weren't getting enough sun. And they've done very well here this fall and winter. I actually got some bare root strawberries from Jera, and they've done really well. I still have a couple strawberries you'll see there. Every day I kind of pull out maybe like 3 or 4. So it's not super abundant, but it's a nice little snack while I'm out here gardening. And then down here, some leftover lettuce there, and rosemary and Seminole pumpkin, which the Seminole pumpkin was doing great, and I just went out of town for a couple weeks and it died off. So this is what we have left. And then this is kind of a first for me. I just planted this little flower garden. I got this bed on Facebook Marketplace, and I thought it would be neat to put some flowers. So I'm actually going to grow a bunch of flowers from seed, but I thought it would be nice just to get it started. These are all proven winters. I actually found some of those plants here locally, so hoping they do well in the hot summer here. And then just taking you back here, this is kind of another tropical area. I definitely have to do some planting back there, but that's my grandmother's milkweed that I've had. It's probably like 50 years old, and so I just move her around the garden every so often. And then here's my potting area. This is probably like one of my favorite spots to be in because it has a really great shade from this avocado tree that we're under. And this is the first time that I actually am trying to grow some hydrangeas. So I brought them out around Easter time. These here in the front are God, I can't remember the name, but it's one of those that you have to trellis them up. So I have to find a space for them. They're like growing wild. But yeah, here's kind of like I put a lot of my Hoyas. Sometimes if I have plants that need to get, need like rehab and stuff like that, I'll bring them out here because I know I'll pay attention to them a little bit more. So it's a good space. It's filtered light, so it does well. Have some of my cactus, my Herbertia here. Here I have my 2 little banana trees. And I bought this one big one last year. She still hasn't given me any fruit this year. So we'll see. I don't know if maybe it's just she's not getting enough sun, but she just threw out this new pup not too long ago. And then whatever orchids I can't put on an actual tree, I hang them back here. This is another really cool orchid that I just actually mounted onto it's hard to see with the lighting, but I just mounted this one. So I'm hoping it does well back here. So yeah, that's pretty much a tour of my little garden. I'm so happy I've been able to spend a little bit more time here. This last year I started a new job where I have to be in the office and I have a long commute, so I haven't really found a groove on when's a good time to garden. So trying to get motivated to come right out as soon as I get home. And these last couple months I've really worked hard on trying to get it back together, and it's looking good. Thanks for stopping by.